Hi, welcome to Clinical Yoga. This practice is called the Marina. So we're going to take it really nice and slowly and get some really important stretches in and strengthening that just help with the balance and real flexibility for the balance. Okay, so we're going to sit maybe on a block to start with. So if you need a block, getting that, popping it under your hips. That's if your knees are a little bit high. So it just helps the knees to drop slightly, but it still means we get a nice long straight back. So drawing back the chin, rolling back the shoulders. Let's turn up the palms and close the eyes. And just taking a minute just to calm the breath. And we're really trying to draw the chin back into the neck. So you're stretching the back of the neck and switching on the upper back. Okay, let's open the eyes and take the palms out to the side, so the palms face outward. And then we're going to push the air up. So we lift the chest as we do this. Take the arms right up. And we're trying to draw back the chin and look ahead and get the muscles all the way up the back working. So you can drop the chin, lengthen and reach the arms up. So just holding here. So it's really hard work to lift up. All right, then we're going to slowly drop the right hand down and reach over long in the waist. So pushing into the mat and opening up that side. So feel a deep stretch down the side of the body, and the hand on the mat is pushing into the mat. So you can sort of push back with that hand in the mat. All right, let's take the other side. So hand down, reach right over and pushing into the mat, reaching over, huge stretch there. Okay, let's come back. And now we'll just put the hands behind and draw the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest. So a nice open neck and really lifting up. So pulling back the belly and drawing back the shoulders. So as we lift the chest, we're not using the neck. Take a couple of big breaths. And then we're going to take the left hand on the right knee. And now you put your hand behind you and really draw back the shoulder. So again, use the legs to help you a little bit here as you really take the twist. All right, let's release and go to the other side. So hand behind and take the shoulder back. So really using some strength, a little bit in the arms, a little bit in the shoulder blades. And release. Okay, and then let's walk the hands forward a little and drop the head. So getting a stretch in the lower back of the neck. You can take the hands forward as much as you can Obviously the hips and groin are going to get the stretch as well. All right, let's walk the hands back. Great, and we'll come on to the hands and knees. So bringing the legs round, coming on to the hands and knees. We'll just put the block to the side and really opening the palm. The shins are on the mat and the palms are open, and don't have your hands underneath the body. You want to have them sloping away a little bit. So you've got plenty of space between the knees and the wrists. And then we're going to round up the back and drop the head down. And then drop the back down and pull in the lower belly and take the shoulders away from the ears. All right, let's round up again, pushing into the hands, round the back, head down. And one more time, drop the lower back down and lift the chest, but pull the belly in underneath you, shoulders away from the ears. Okay, we're going to drop the hips back onto the heels. So you're taking child's pose. So you're trying to get the arms to stretch away and the hips to go as far back as you can. So make sure you've got a bit of stretch going on in the knees, under the arms. And some nice deep breaths into the belly. Okay, let's come forward. So before we take our downward dog, we tuck the toes under and we straighten the legs. So you want your shoulders over your wrists and the legs are straight. And now we push into downward dog. So we bend the knees a bit and you push back. Your chest is dropping down towards the knees. You can maybe tiptoe forward a bit, and you've got to push really hard with the upper back. So you don't want to be forward with the legs straight and the heels lifted. You want to bend the knees a bit, push back with the chest to stick the sit bones high up in the air, and then you can stretch the back of the legs. So maybe you bend the knees again, push back again, and now straighten the knees again. So you're getting that deep stretch in the back of the legs. So bend the knees and drive the heels down. All right, let's start to tiptoe forwards. So I want you to lift the chest, place the belly on the thighs, let the head hang, and then hold the elbows so your body is long down the thighs. So you want your feet fairly close together and you want to let go of the neck. So be careful, you might feel a little bit wobbly here, but you're trying to get the lower back to stretch, the back of the legs to stretch, trying to let the neck let go and the arms just hang down. So let's just stay here and breathe. Wonderful for the lower back. All right, we'll slowly start to come up. So you push hard into the feet and we're going to roll up. Great. Okay, so now we're going to make sure you're not feeling dizzy, and we'll take our first sun salutation. Okay, so up nice and straight first, so we don't want to be bent forward. We want to squeeze the bottom and lift the chest. All right, let's take the arms up, inhale. And now we're going to bend forward. So bend the knees a little bit to start and slowly fold down. So your fingertips will come down, the head can drop, and you round the body again. So huge stretch down the back of the legs and in the lower back. All right, big inhale to lift the chest up and forward, flattening the back. All right, now we're going to get down on the mat. So put your hands down and walk the feet back. You can put the knees down. So again, you've got that all fours with your knees quite far back. So we're going to lower to the mat. So we bend the elbows and lower the body down. So it's really hard work in the arms. Once we're down, we don't want to arch the lower back too much, so just squeeze the shoulder blades together. Okay, and then drop your head, push into your hands, and come up. Okay, get the hands ready. Let's tuck the toes under, and again, pushing into downward dog. So really push back again. You're trying to get the chest to drop low. So huge stretch in the shoulders, the arms are over your head. And you're trying to get the back of the legs longer so you can keep trying to straighten the knees, driving the heels down. So heels down. So let the heels relax down. Don't push off the feet and push yourself forward. You want to push your hips back as if they're trying to go back over the heels. All right, we're going to lift the right leg as high as you can. Keep pushing back. There's a temptation to move forward there. You're going to push back. Then we're going to step forward with the right foot. So if you need to tiptoe forwards, that's fine. Come onto your fingertips. Walk the feet forward. Then you walk the hands back. So once you've got your balance there, we'll lift the chest up and forward to stretch the back of the legs. Then we exhale all the way down, stretching the back of the neck. And then bend the knees and we'll come up again. All right, so let's take another one. So get right upright. We don't want to be bending forward. Get up tall. Let's take the arms overhead. All right, let's bend the knees and bow at the hip. All the way down. So you're really stretching the lower back and the back of the legs. Then you lift your chest away from the knees. Inhale. So you're trying to get the back flat, really strong back. Okay, then we're going to put the hands down and put your feet back, bring your knees down, and we're going to lower to the mat. So elbows really close to you as you lower down, straighten the legs, squeeze the bottom, and draw the shoulder blades together. All right, so let's push into the hands. All right, so we're on all fours again. We're going to tuck the toes under and again take downward facing dog. So pushing back, broadening the shoulders, and breathe. Right, let's slowly lift the left leg. So you've got that left leg up, you're pushing back hard, really hard work, but don't let the right leg push you forward. Then the left foot comes down as far forward as you can, tiptoe forwards. So when you've got your balance, you've got your feet flat and your fingertips are on the ground. We'll lift the chest up and forward, inhale. Then exhale, deep fold. And inhale to the top. Great. Okay, so we're going to try a couple of sun salutation Bs. So we're going to bring the hands to prayer in front of the chest, and then we lean forward and sit the hips down. So we're trying to keep the chest lifted. So you sit deep into the hips and lift the chest. So you feel the muscles up your back working. You can squeeze the knees together, pull in the belly. All right, so big inhale, and then exhale, fold. Now your fingertips are either side of your feet. Then we're going to take the right foot back. So maybe you take a moment here, you've got your fingertips either side of the left foot, and the right foot has taken a really big stride back. So not here, you want to really go far back. So take your time getting into position, and then lengthen the body over the left thigh. You should have a big pull in your left leg. The back of the left leg. So deep, long breaths. If you can, we'll keep the right fingertips down and lift the left arm. Keep your right knee straight. It wants to bend. You're going to straighten it and lift the left shoulder back and breathe. Okay, let's put the left hand down. So we're going to put the right knee down now. Okay, so you might need to take that right knee back a bit because we're going to really stretch the front of the right thigh. So make sure you've got a pull in the front of that right thigh. Nice deep breaths. So really important stretch. It helps with the lower back so that you don't have tight muscles at the front of the thigh. So lifting up the chest and the head. Great. All right, so let's come back and put the left knee underneath you. Great. So we're going to just push into downward dog. So tuck the toes under and push back. So really working hard again to drop the chest, get the stretch in the back of the legs. So it's not heels lifted, body forward. It's pushing the hips back and letting the heels drop down. So the stretch comes in the back of the legs. All right, so we're going to lift the right leg again if you can. And then bring the right foot forward. Join with the left, tiptoe the rest of the way. So we've got to get quite close to the front of the mat. Take your time. So you're folded forward over your thighs. And then we're going to slowly come up. So arms overhead, let's get the body straight. Tailbone down, chest up. Great. All right, so let's take a second one. So we bring the hands to prayer again. And we're going to sit the hips back. So chest lifted, hands in press, squeeze the belly. Okay, big inhale. And then we're going to fold forward again. So forward bow, putting your fingertips either side of your feet. And then let's put the left foot back. So bring the hands back a bit further, take the left foot back a bit further. So we've got this super long lunge on the fingertips and body over the right thigh. So straightening the left knee, pulling in the belly, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to keep the left fingertips down and lift the right arm up. So huge stretch in the right hip. Keep your left leg straight if you can. So again, it's hard work. Breathe. Lift that right arm, straighten the left leg. All right, let's take the left fingertips down. Drop the left knee down. And now maybe take your left knee back a bit. We're going to bring the hands onto the inside of the right foot. See if you can stay on your fingertips and just lift your chest up and forward. So you've got a big stretch in the front of the left thigh. So again, a big stretch on the inner thigh of the right, the front of the left. Lift the chest. You can even squeeze your left bottom. Deep breaths. Squeeze the left bottom. Okay, let's bring that right knee back underneath you now. So you're on your hands and knees again. We're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to push back again into downward dog. So again, don't let yourself be pushed forward by the legs. Your upper body is pushing back. So you're trying to get a deep stretch in the back of the legs. And breathe. Let's slowly lift the left leg. And we're going to step forward with the left foot. Tiptoe the rest of the way. And again, when you've got your balance, let's push hard into both feet and come up. Now, when we come up, we don't stop halfway. We're going to come all the way to the top. Lifting the chest, squeeze the bottom so you don't get pressure in the low back, and maybe taking the arms up. Great, all right. So let's put the feet wide apart now. So you're looking at the long edge of the mat, feet are nice and wide. All right, so we're going to turn the right foot down the mat and bend the right knee. So you want the left leg straight, the left bottom's working. This knee is trying to open wide so the knee doesn't pull in. So open the knee wide, lift the chest and take the arms out. So the right knee is bent. And breathe. So you're opening that knee, don't let it wander in. Let's keep opening it wide. Straighten the left leg, we don't want that one collapsing. You want to try and straighten it and lift up. All right, we're going to take our side angle. So we turn towards the right thigh and we bend at the hip, the forearm goes down. So we're trying to get the chest up and reach the left arm over. So a really long reach down that side. Push the feet into the mat, lift the chest, tailbone down, and breathe. Well done. All right, let's bring the hands down to the mat and turn your right toes in a little bit. And let's take that inner thigh stretch. So the knees will be a bit bent. And you're trying to get as low as you can. So we're really trying to stretch the inner thigh and the back of the legs. You can bow the head. You can push the feet hard into the mat, the outsides of the feet. That gets the inside of the legs to relax. And just keep the breath going. All right, let's come on to the fingertips. Just turn the heels in a little bit and pop your hands on your knees and come up. So we'll take our squat in a minute. So you've got your feet wide apart again. The right toes we turn slightly in and the left toes we turn down the mat. So the foot is down the mat. Bend the left knee and keep the right knee absolutely straight. So there's a temptation to let that knee bend. I want you to squeeze the right knee back, open the left, lift the chest and take the arms out. So don't forget to straighten the right leg and then you can look down the left arm. Really strong belly, push hard into both feet and breathe. All right, let's turn towards the left thigh and then bend down. You want the forearm on the kneecap. So lean forward a long way. Take the right arm over the top and again drive the legs into the mat. So nice deep breaths. All right, so again, bring the right hand down and let's take that inner thigh stretch again. So flattening the back, pushing the feet into the mat. You can bow at the hip. So big stretch there. All right, let's come on to the fingertips. Now this time we turn the heels in. So bring your heels in a little bit. We're going to take our sumo squat. So we put the left hand on the inside of the left knee, not on the top. Try and put it on the inside and push the knee open. Same with the right. Squat down, push the knees open. So you've got a big groin stretch here and you're trying to get your back flat. So nice deep breaths there. flattening the back, drawing back the chin. And when you're ready, let's push into the feet and come up. Well done. Let's bring the feet together. And we'll take an inhale. Up as tall as you can. So I'm not going to do any balance because I think we can practice balance anytime in the kitchen when the kettle's boiling or something. We're going to go down onto the mat. So let's slowly come down. See if you can do it without the hands, without falling. All right, then we're going to let the legs recover by taking a puppy. So the puppy, the hip is over the knee. So we don't come forward here and we don't go back like child's pose. We just have the hips over the knees. We're going to bring the forearms down and put your forehead on the back of your hands and feel a big stretch in the upper back. So you're going to pull up the lower belly and feel a deep stretch in your upper back. All right, let's come onto the hands. We're going to sit on the side of the hips. So we drop the hip down. Lovely. So this hand, we're going to bring as close to the hip as possible. So you're trying to sit up straight. You're going to get a stretch down the side of the body. Okay, so maybe put your hand and see if you can lift that side. So you get a big stretch there. And then take the hand down again. Great. All right, so we've got that stretch there. To make it a bit deeper, we're trying to lift the top leg over and put the foot down. Now, even if that's at the front, what we're aiming for now is to get both of the bones that we sit on onto the floor. So as long as you've got massive stretch around the hips, then you're doing it all right. So you're trying to find the center there and breathe. So big stretching around the hips, and then we can transfer the weight better. So lifting the chest, breathe. Well done. All right, let's bring the legs in front. And we'll go to the other side now. So legs go to the other side. We sit on the side of the thigh. So you can tuck your legs in. You can do this sitting on the sofa. And you get a big stretch down the side of the body. And this hand comes as close as you can. So you've got a stretch in the hip there. And then we're going to take the top leg over. And the sit bone goes down and we come to the center and we get that big stretch in the hips. So stay with it, even though it's really uncomfortable. So you can move a little bit if you need to. You can try and sit up straight. Deep, long breaths. Great, and release. Okay, So now, just before we put the legs in front, let's just put the soles of the feet together. So soles of the feet together, hold the ankles, and then you're trying to sit up straight. So that doesn't involve lifting the chin. You're going to pull on the ankles, pull the shoulders back, and try and get up as long as you can. So shoulder blades back and down, pulling in the belly and calming your breathing. So it's hard work in the arms. You're pulling hard and lifting the chest up in front. So you should get big pull all around the inner thighs, keeping the hips mobile. Okay, all right, so we're going to put the legs along the mat now and walking the hands forward to stretch the lower back. So do your best. You're going to try and drop the head, so that easing of the low back there. Just rounding down, dropping the head, turning up the feet. All right, let's walk the hands back and bend one knee up at a time. Great, so we're just going to sit holding the knees to start with, then lift the chest, take the arms overhead. So it's quite hard to sit like this. Breathe. And then we bring the arms down, and then we're going to try and roll back. So it's hard work. Do your best. Pull your tummy in. We're trying to get these muscles in the belly to work to open the lower back. So take as long as you can. Breathe and slowly down. All right, so put the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop apart. And take some nice, deep, long breaths. Elbows drop open. All right, let's bring the knees up, bring the feet back. Let's keep the arms overhead, and then pushing into the feet, squeeze the bottom and lift the hips so the chin can drop down. You work really hard in the bum and breathe. So squeeze in the bottom. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze till you get a bit of a shake. You're using your bottom and your thighs. And then slowly down. Great. All right, let's just put the left ankle over the top of the right knee, and then you can try and bring your right knee towards you, and you'll stretch the back of the left hip. Great. And right foot goes down. Then the left foot goes down, right foot across the left. So you've got the ankle just close to the knee, and then try and bring the left knee in. You'll get a big stretch in the right hip. If you want to use the arms, you can, and just pull in and get a bit more stretch there. And then release. Maybe bring both knees in now and round the back. So you've got your nose between your knees. All right, and then putting your knees over a cushion or a bolster if you have one, so that your legs, so probably better not the legs flat. You want your knees just over something. So a cushion or a bolster, and then the arms can go along the side of you with the palms facing up. And then just breathing into the belly. So the arms are heavy, the legs are heavy, the spine is heavy. So let the jaw drop back and the muscles in the face just give. So your eyes are closed and you're just following that breathing in the belly. Okay, so let's pop the hands on to the belly and just follow a couple of breaths there. And then when you're ready, slowly make our way into sitting. So maybe you want to roll onto the right side. And then into sitting. So bringing the legs around. You don't really need to sit on a bolster now. Let's see if we can bring the legs underneath. And just sitting up as tall as you can. Let's take an inhale. Lift up, reach high. And arms down. Namaste. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow.